Welcome, I'm Mick, an ordinary lad, and this is Sovereign Warriors. Question,
it is, mate. Yeah, I've got to answer it now.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we know it says on your birth certificate you can't have an ID. You can't use it as an ID.
Yeah, that's right.
The ID, because it's a legal fiction.
Yeah.
Legal fictions don't exist.
Yeah, that's right.
So they don't know. But we still use our.
But you can use a driving licence.
A driver's licence. It's a
as
legal
ID.
fiction. And passport is an ID.
Yeah, and your name's written the wrong way round on the back of it and everything. It's all stitching you up, isn't it?
Okay, so you go for the mortgage to the bank, and you ask for a bit of ID. That's what they use for ID.
Yeah.
But that's the legal fiction.
Yeah,
that's the corporation.
Right. Yeah.
You've given them access, and you've given them consent.
Yeah.
To access, and the banks have, even though they don't have money, even though they don't lend you money and they don't hold money, they actually then have access to a trust, the SESCV trust.
That's the thing, isn't it? That big signature.
Yeah, that's it. So you go in there expecting for, I want some money, say £200,000.
Yeah.
And they say, oh yes, that's it. Our ID, who you are. And this legal fiction. And now that's fraud, because you're pretending to be someone that you're not. That's unknown to us. But they don't pull you over for that fraud.
No, but they pull you over if you were making a couple of quid out of it.
Well, this is it, because they know they can access this trust, they can make some money, because that's what the whole idea of it, that's what they created. There's two entities there. So you apply for this mortgage that you think you're going to get from the bank. The bank goes, oh yes, thank you very much, and he'll take that securitized that you sign, that piece of paper, just like your birth certificate, because we know that that's created a trust. That was securitized, sold on the bond market at the markets, because they know that because we create, and they for our sweat and equity. So that creates money, because that creates money through taxes.
Because they don't create any money, do they?
No.
We do it all with our energy, our sweat equity. That's right.
So you've got this trust that's got hundreds of thousands, or people say millions of pounds in there, and they dipping in it all the time. And this is where when we say, will the government own this debt? Well, that's your debt. That's ours. That's our debt. That is they, the government, owe us. So there's this trust. So you've given them permission by showing the ID of this legal fiction that you're claiming it's yours. That's a birth certificate that collects onto this SQV, and then they send it all off. And then they come back and they get this money, which is your money, because you've created that. That's your money that's been put into this trust for you.
Yeah. And
they give you it back as a loan, but a loan with interest.
Yeah.
So then they created that as a fraudulent and from non-disclosure. So that's all null and void. You've given your money it's your money. And then you then have to pay that back.
And they've made 10 times the amount because they've been lending it out and pulling it back in within the 90 days, is it?
That's right. And then because that also then took that money out, you've created that through your signature on that. They then go back and take more money out of that. So they've already took your money, but then they can create more money because they know you'll be paying that plus with interest.
Yeah. Clever, innit, really? Devious is a probably better word. Devious, clever.
Devious, so.
And none of us know about it. Well, we're waking up now, but I mean, I wasn't awake to this extent.
No.
Well, I won't be tomorrow. I'll be even further along tomorrow, I suppose.
To court, you can't go, because we have no justice system in the UK.
Yeah, you shouldn't go to court.
No, we haven't got a finance system in the UK. People say we've got finance. No, we don't.
No.
We've got an inner city of London where all the banks are registered to that, which is its own state. Remember, it's its own country, it's its own state.
Yeah.
And just like the Vatican, just like the Washington DC, it controls itself. It doesn't pay taxes. Even the king, or it used to be the queen, whatever,
can't go in without permission.
You've got to knock on the door and ask for permission. So we know it's its own state. So it has no. Outside of that, the UK has no financial system. So there's no banking system. There's not lending you money. It's all interesting there, and that's the same as our justice system. We have no justice system in the UK.
Yeah.
It's
all an illusion.
It's all an illusion. So it's been corporised, and it's been corporised, and that's for profit. So when it comes to the courts, you go there. They need you to then make contracts. Because it's a corporation, and corporation needs to make contracts with you, and to contract with you, you have to be a legal fiction. And here we go again with our legal fiction, which has been created through that birth certificate. And we go there and they ask you to put your name. And they've got to say your name, they've got to say your surname, because that's
the contract. One that binds you. That's the one that binds you.
Because it sounds like your name, you record that your name, and you know you go and enter in that name, they're going to say that name, you're going to say yes, and that's it. And then they can then have jurisdiction over you, because it then becomes, it's an international law, maritime law, because they have no jurisdiction, and they need you to confirm that is your name. And there you can understand then the entrapment of it and what it's caused through that, or through the corporised thing of the birth certificate.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Great.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I really enjoyed that as well. That was a good interview as well, Smudge. So
brilliant,
appreciate that, mate.
Thanks, matey.
Thanks for coming in again.
Pleasure, matey.
And we've got to keep these people enlightened and keep educating them.
Just watch it. I mean, there's so much to take on board if you just starting to learn this, and don't get frightened of it, and don't get worried about it, and don't feel like you're being pressured into make anything to make a stand. There's a lot of things out there now. The rapid responses are the best thing really to get onto, to get a bit more knowledge. There's a lot of workshops around the place, around the country now.
Well, don't you run one, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, explain to people where you run yours, because I got Mick to do that the other day. So do that.
Yeah, I run a workshop to explain all this. It's a Sovereign Project workshop. It's Pete Stone's little baby. It's a very good thing, and it just tells you. What we're discussing here now, what they've done is corporised our world, and there's two jurisdictions. You have the legal and the private, and it's understanding where that legal line is and where the private side is, and they've done that by corporising us, unknown to us. Which
if you don't mind me asking, where is this workshop?
Yeah, the workshop. Yeah, this is at Long Eaton. A place called, and it's at the Soldiers and Sailors in Long Eaton, and it's every Wednesdays from 7 o'clock for a couple of hours, and like-minded people, and also you'll if you're not, because you're finding like a lot of people, because the families don't talk to them a lot of these days now. They think they're crazy. They're losing the friends and workplace and that. But if you come to there, we have a good community there now. We're building, and we support each other, and you're with like-minded people, and you're not going crazy, because you're right in what you're thinking.
Yeah, bang on what's going on.
Yeah. And it's a move, and we're supporting the around our local communities now. I shouldn't really say communities, because that is another corporate word. So we're helping all our friends and our local family and neighbours as well. So. And also the bigger part of the UK through the rapid response, because the unlawful and unlegal repossessions of properties and we take them back, because that, again, as we've explained through the uncorporised justice systems and courts, we know that they're unlawful, because as Helsby's law basically tells you, 2011, there's not a jury of 12, it's an administration court. So an all administration courts
have no authority.
They're illegal, and because they can't be legitimised because of the restraints on the monarchy and our crown, because they're all corporate entities these days.
And you mentioned rapid response, and you also mentioned about we're all trying to learn and this, that and the other.
Yeah.
I'm saying to you out there, if you want to come to any rapid response call out, come to it. Don't be held back by the fact that, I don't know enough, I'll feel a twat or whatever. No, don't worry. It's the best place to learn. Is get in there, you'll get in with people, and they'll teach. You can ask anybody any questions, they're going to answer them, because they're going to try and help you, because we want the numbers.
Because we're exposing the fraud. The fraud through the courts, because as was explained before, the corporations and councils and that, the bailiffs that are coming to your door, the corporation, everything that they're doing is unlawful and fraudulent. And we're proving that now with the evidence that we're finding out, and we're throwing it back. So that's what these rapid responses. This is what all this education are. It's getting standing your ground and getting your authority and getting your rights back.
A lot of people at the moment are on their knees. They've got 2 wage packets away from complete homelessness and everything, and it's all illegal. We should be living prosperously, because we have got loads of money in this trust that your man's just been talking about. We can't access it, but they're getting off us our sweat equity. And basically, we're slaves to the system. You need to do something about it. Educate yourselves best you can. Get yourself along, and to these rapid response, because these rapid response things, we're all a community, and we're all going to get together and we're going to overturn these.
Yeah, we support, and this is where it builds, and it does build from there. So we support and everything, and we're not just a community that supports for for hassles from the banks, from the bailiffs and everything. We help it holistically wise as well, through sport, monetary and food as well, because we're growing our own things as well. So it's a massive thing, and it's a massive wake up call. But don't be worried about it. There is thousands of us now. There is thousands.
I can vouch for the growing and all that as well, because I've just had 2 lots of honey off you.
Yes,
yeah, and I love my honey, proper honey. Yeah. So great interview.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Take care.
Okay,
and I
mate,
appreciate it. And I'll see you next
We'll
time.
have a pint now.
Yeah, you can have a pint. Yeah, if we can get him behind the bar. He's never behind the bar. But yeah, sound.
Cheers, mate.